What up, boys? We're back. Another live stream tonight. And we're just gonna rip some puppies, all right? Gonna max this bad boy. Let me turn the music down a tad. That might be better. Yeah, gonna rip some puppies. If my voice sounds weird, it's StreamYard. Whenever you play background music, it messes with your mic for like a minute, but we should come back to normal here soon. But yeah, let's hop into the streets, all right? Playing the puppy. $5 entry. What's the winner get? The winner gets 100K. $5 to enter, 100K for the winner. Let's get after it, Let's just rip some puppies. Hopefully this is looking good for y'all. Yeah, it looks solid for sure. But yeah, right now with the puppy, I think there's a couple of guys who are very much mispriced. And eventually, depending on how fast this thing fills, it's already at 20%. But eventually, it's going to be where these guys, you're just not going to be able to get them with the combos that you're currently able to get. So I'm really trying to get a good amount of those combos right now while I still can, Like, AJ Brown is going to be a Patriot come June 2nd. So he's probably going to be getting picked in like the 20 to 24, probably closer to 18 to 22 range. Right now, you can get him. I've seen him go as late as like 30. So AJ Brown's a huge target for me right now. Another guy I don't really understand. Two, actually. Jalen Waddle, when he was on the Dolphins, was going at like 50 to 52. He goes at 48 now that he's got traded for a first-round pick and he's a Bronco. That doesn't make sense to me. I have him ranked at like 39th, I think. And then Colston Loveland. I see him go as late as like 55 sometimes. I have him ranked in the early 40s, late 30s as well. I really like those two. And I think another guy who I don't have, I can't get a lot of him. I'm in the slow draft streaks right now. Cam Scatterbo, the ankle still scares me, but like he was going back here to start. Man, I wish I could have gotten some of that because now he's going in a range where it's like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because the ankle, but like not drafting Jeremiah Love was huge for the Giants. I think Scatterbo and Tracy, both very viable running back targets. Let's see who we're going to get here. He goes Jefferson. We'll go CD. That's perfectly fine. Christian McCaffrey falling a little bit. As you can see, I have him ranked at 12, and he goes at 7.2. So we might see Christian McCaffrey actually go where I have him ranked for the first time in a while. He goes at 10. All good, though. All good. There we go. That should look a little bit better for you. Let's see what I don't even know what this username is trying to get at, but let's see what he goes. He goes Genty. I really like Genty a lot. I think they improved the offensive line. They signed Linderbaum. Better quarterback, better OC, better offensive environment. I would not be surprised whatsoever if Genty is going top 5 next year. I think he might just be auto drafting. Juan Achane is a terrible selection We're about to be on the clock here. As you can see, I have Rock Powers ranked all the way up here. I have Rasheed Rice ranked all the way up here. He goes Hampton. Uh, let's. You know what? I want to get a little different. Let's pull up Chase Brown. Don't have this combo yet. Don't have a CD Chase Brown team. Let's get a little bit different in the middle of the second round. I think that's one of the biggest edges in this game left. I think, honestly, I think the ADP and player ranking, not really an edge anymore. People are doing a very good job ranking these players correctly. I don't think that is an edge. The edge, I think, in best ball now is unique combinations of players within the same tier. So it's like Chase Brown on any given Sunday, can he outscore / score the same as? We'll start this range, in my opinion, from Achane to Henry. Yeah, absolutely. Chase Brown can outscore any of these guys on any given Sunday. So I think it would be unwise to say, oh, I can only take Chase Brown as ADP or if he falls, because then you're only getting Chase Brown with these guys. But let's say Chase Brown goes stupid in like week 16. All right, there's 1,000 Chase Brown teams in the finals now, but they're all with these guys. And what if CD Lamb goes off in week 17? You just, by not, and you didn't even put yourself at a disadvantage projection wise or advance rate wise. You just gave yourself a huge advantage to try to win 100K. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that is where I think the edge still is. I think we've done a really good job this year of ranking players, because I look at every team and I'm like, they're not letting me get super teams. You know what I'm saying? At least that's how I feel. I don't know. Let me know down below what you think. See, AJ Brown going at 28. Probably won't be able to get that combo in June. Who are we going to take here? Wouldn't mind a little Breece Hall action for sure. That would be my preferred target here. And I guess my second would be Devonta. Let's just get some divisional correlation. Javonte Williams before Breece Hall. That is certainly a choice. Certainly a choice, I'll tell you that. Starting off, elite receiver, 2 RBs back to back. This is one of my favorite builds so far. Like, I call it a superhero running back build. You start with 2 of the top guys, and then depending on how things fall, I might add 1 in here. But usually, I'm waiting until like this range to start touching running back again. Like, I'm just saying these 2 guys are gonna have good seasons. I have an elite receiver. We're gonna hit receiver, Q, and tight end until about pick 104. But that depends. If a good ADP falls to me, I can definitely pick a running back these next couple picks. Bashaw Tootin at 37. Wow, that's aggressive. That is quite aggressive. Let me get a certain player here. Oh, he goes T. Higgins. All right. Let's go with Emeka. I don't have a ton of Emeka, but I kind of want to be. I have more burden than I do Emeka, and I want to even that out a tad bit. So let's even that out. if they let T Higgins fall to me there, we were about to throw a pizza party. But I don't mind a Mecca at all. Solid pick for sure. I'm in my dynasty draft right now. And so far we have Jeremiah Love at the 101. We got Omar Cooper Jr. at the 109. And then we kind of went for it at the 203. We went with Chris Bell in the dynasty draft. Really feeling good about that dynasty draft so far. We won the championship last year, and we have the 101. I traded good amount of value for the 101. So yeah, pretty solid. Pretty solid so far. Big dynasty guy. If anybody watching this has a dynasty league and they need some new league mates or league members, please let me know in the comments and I will join your dynasty league. A StreamYard, clip the dynasty, clip that dynasty discussion. I'll put that out on TikTok and see if anybody has a dynasty league for me as well. StreamYard has this thing. If you say, well, I don't want to say it because I just said it and I don't want it to like mess up what it's grabbing for content purposes. But if you just say CLIP space IT, it knows to grab it for short form content, which is pretty cool. So shout out StreamYard. If you're not using StreamYard, I can't even say that, but like shout out StreamYard. I was an OBS guy, but my computer is so old that like OBS puts too much stress on it. So I had to go to StreamYard until I can get a new laptop. JMO has been falling, and I'm more than happy to take a lot of JMO right here in the 5th round. Like I think that's a really good price for JMO. All right, let's see what we're looking at here. Yeah, I have more Watson than I do Rome in this contest, so we'll just even it out. Again, I think they're both pretty evenly tiered players. Just evening out that exposure. I think they're both solid picks in the 5th, 6th round. Probably going linebacker at this next linebacker. Why did I just say linebacker? Probably going receiver here. This next pick. If one of these 3 guys want to bless us with their talents on this team. Jadarian Price. All right, didn't mean to do that. Jadarian Price. I do not understand how expensive he is. He's not going to start the season as a workhorse. He's not going to end the season as a workhorse. Like, there's no way they're giving a rookie week 1 75% of the touches. Zach Charbonnet is going to be back around week 10, week 12. And by the time the fantasy playoffs come, week 15 through 17, Price isn't getting 75% of the touches because Charbonnet is going to be getting 50 of them. So I don't understand this price for Jadarian Price. That's my little rant. StreamYard, you can clip that as well. But yeah, I don't get it, boys. I don't get it. Let's go. Want to get a little NFC South correlation here. Tampa Bay and New Orleans. They always have some shootouts in the NFC South. I remember last year I had like an all NFC South team. I'm talking Bucks, Saints, Falcons, And it made it to the finals just because that division is just always a shootout. All right, we could technically take Caleb if he falls back to us. We could take Dak. And then we can take the Shuckster. Where's the Shuckster? Tyler Shuck. Love to see it. Love to see the Shuckster. I'm excited for the Saints. Like, I think that offense is going to be pretty fun. Kellen Moore's he's always like creative. He's getting a lot of plays in, like per game wise. Got two good receivers, good running back, good O-line, and like Shuck wasn't bad last year. Like, that sounds pretty cool to me. That offense sounds, and they're in a dome, and they're in a division which, like, everyone's just so bad that like fantasy points are just being given away in that division. So I really like picking players in the NFC South for that reason. Really liking the team so far. We got 4 receivers I feel good about, 2 stud running backs. We'll see if we can get a couple quarterbacks here. Oh, and then I didn't even highlight Baker. What am I doing? Baker. Lovely. Now, I should be able to push Dak. Hypothetically. You know what I'm saying? Like, hypothetically, I can push Dak. I'm going to try it, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to work. I can tell you right now, some idiot is going to... Do I have an auto drafter, actually? Who's Herbert? He's not auto drafting. He might be auto drafting. I just don't want to risk. Yeah, I think he is auto drafting. We're not going to push Dak, even though a smart drafter, if you're in a room where you're locked in with a bunch of guys who know what they're doing, like, you can push Dak there because no one has a cowboy and a lot of them had Qs. This dude's not auto drafting. He just wanted to take an unstacked Joe Burrow, which is interesting. For sure. Interesting. But you know what? It's all good. Let me see if we can get this bad boy to slip a little bit. I would take a little slippage from the old Craftman. A little slippage from the Craftman. Let's see if we can make it happen. I don't have a lot of faith that it will happen. If not, we might just we'll take one of these two. I would love some slippage from the Craftman, though. Like, as soon as he's running at training camp, he's going to go into, like, the Tyler Warren range, I feel. Like, hey, here's a good question. So you can see Kraft goes at 89 in this draft. Did I just say Tyler Warren? All right, we're starting that over. You can see Tucker Kraft goes at 89 in this draft. When training camp comes around and there's videos of him running, catching, saying he's 100%, where does he go? I'm going to guess in this Tyler Warren range. So yeah, I've been taking a lot of Kraft. Been taking a lot of them. The night driving, I think, is my favorite music in StreamYard. Let's try a different sound. We can feed the ducks. I kind of like feeding the ducks. It's pretty sick. Oh, sorry. Being a terrible streamer. I'll show you the board. What am I doing? What am I doing? See if we can get a couple Qs to fall to us. I think this team I could go 3-6-7-2. Could definitely go 3-6-7-2. We'll see. We'll see what we get though. So I kinda like that a lot. Hey, what up? What up? How we doing? See, I just saw a new viewer pop in here. Let me know what you're up to. Comment down below. I'll converse with you back and forth a little bit here. But yeah, I was thinking 2-6-7-3 would probably be this build here, but we'll see. I don't think I'm gonna end up with enough Qs to stack if I take Pitts here. But I think Pitts is Pitts goes lovely. All right, we can go with Baker. Where did Chris Olave go, actually? Olave went over here. So, actually, you should probably take Shuck first. Because he'll take Shuck if we don't. And then we can go Baker, hopefully, coming around. And if not, we'll just take a receiver that we like. We like a bunch of these receivers, like Quentin Johnson, really good pick. Josh Downs, good pick. Wandale and Worthy are both good picks as well, in my humble opinion. Let's see if anyone takes Baker though. I'm not like huge onto this 3 quarterback propaganda. I think it doesn't really make sense in 18-round drafts. But on a team like this where I feel comfortable enough with my tight ends, receivers, and running backs, I'll dig into the propaganda a little bit with the 3 Qs, if it makes sense. Goes Goff. I've seen Baker fall a lot as well, because there's no one really to stack him with besides Godwin and Ibuka. Like, you can backstack him with, McMillan and Otten. Yeah, Cade Otten. But people just let him fall sometimes. So, but I don't think I'm gonna let him fall right here. I think we will take Baker Mayfield, and our quarterback room looks amazing. Really good Q room. All right, we got 2 superstar running backs. Feel really good about 4 receivers. We're feeling really good about. Got a good tight end. I love it. All right, running backs that we like coming up. I'm taking both of the Washington running backs. I like them both at cost for fantasy purposes, and I like both of the Minnesota backs at cost as well. I just think both backfields, both running backs are going to have a role. And if one of the other gets hurt, the other one's an absolute smash. And you're getting them at, in the 10th or 11th round. I think this is a sweet spot for these running backs right here. If I can get one of them at 128, I love it. If not, we'll make stuff shake. You know what I'm saying? But hoping to get a running back here for sure. And if not, they're receivers. Actually, I take that back. There's not receivers we really love in this range. Two of them go back to back. Don't love that. He gets two that we don't like, so that's great for us. Hooray! Hey, he goes. Hold on. Let me do it. Let me do it. Where's that? Hey, he goes two running backs right there that we don't need. And he he's gonna go with Rashad White. Watch, they're both gonna get one of each. Oh, okay. Thank goodness. Rashad White's not following me though. There's no way I'm getting Rashad White. Jonathan Brooks. All right, hey, we're officially on Rashad White watch. Hold on. Cut the music. If this isn't Rashad White, he goes right in front of me. Oh my goodness, you just can't make this up. You can't make it up. I don't even like Jake Ferguson. Oh, okay. Who are we going with? Actually, no. Get Coker. We got a NFC South thing going on here. Let's get Carolina. All right, well, let's get the music back going. We're back to feeding the ducks. Back to feeding the ducks. All right, which running back? All right, hey, I talked about Tracy, like Tracy a lot, like Jenna Coleman, like Keaton Mitchell. Let's try to get. We're gonna get one. Let's see if we can somehow get two. That'd be pretty sick to get one of them there, one of them here. Let's see if that works out for us. All right. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, ADPs are really sharp, in my opinion, this year compared to previous years. And especially for being this time of year, ADPs in previous years at this point in the season were not sharp. They're really not letting you build super teams this year, which is a good thing because I think it gives people different edges, like, player combinations and stuff like that. But I would also love to just build some super teams. So, all right, I don't love either one of these guys here, honestly. I guess I'll take Jake Ferguson. Like, I think he's pretty bad at football. I know he's bad at football. Stacks with Dak. Maybe he catches 2 touchdowns in the right week. But yeah, Keaton Mitchell goes right after. I'm pretty confident he's bad at football. Let me rephrase. He's not bad at football. He's a bad fantasy asset. Shout out my boy Jake Ferguson. Like, I'm a Cowboys fan. His Jake Ferguson's sandwich reviews, pretty elite. They're pretty funny. Like, his girlfriend or fiance or wife, I don't know who she is exactly. Like, she'll make him a sandwich and he'll review it, and they're pretty hilarious. If you haven't seen those, go check them out. But I'll take that back. He's not a bad football player. He's a pretty good NFL tight end. He's just not great for fantasy. When CD and Pickens are healthy, like, he's getting 4 catches a game for like 40 yards. So nothing crazy. See if we can get one of these RBs to fall to me. And by one of these, I mean Jenna Coleman. So if you're watching this, please don't snipe me. Sorry, so much tension. Yes, there was a lot of tension there, Mike Rob. Hopefully the heartbeat kind of got the crowd into it a little bit there. Sorry, literally like I can't see the comments and the soundtrack at the same time, and I just got carried away, Mike Rob. That's on me, big dog. All right, still two RBs. This is gonna be a true like we got two superstars and then a bunch of like, all right, let's see if we can piece together an RB room. You feel me? But love our Q room. Tight end room is good in my opinion. I like our receiver room, so we just gotta fill out this RB room, and I'm feeling pretty solid about the squad. All right, thank you, Jenna Coleman. Welcome to the squad. All right, and then running backs that we like here. It's like I don't know, dude. Running back gets so bad so quick. Algier at this point in the draft is probably just a good handcuff. Maybe. I don't know. I think he's going to get some goal line work. So he might fill a flex every once in a while. I think he's worth that. And he's got just contingent value. But again, Cardinals, bad offense. I don't know. Dude. I'll take him if he's there, but like I'm not excited to draft Tyler Algier after the Cardinals do the dumbest thing you could possibly do as an organization. Like who takes a running back third overall when your team sucks? Hold on, let me make this pick, and then I'm gonna get on the soapbox. I'm gonna let you see my face. All right, lovely. Tyler Algier, welcome to the squad. All right, Arizona Cardinals. Worst pick ever. Like, how stupid of an organization can you be? Your team sucks. Jacoby Brissett and Carson Beck are your quarterbacks. Your offensive line sucks. Your defense sucks. But yeah, let's pick a running back third overall when you just signed a good running back for like a decent chunk of change. Like, did we not learn anything from the Raiders last year? How did that work out for Ashton Genty behind a terrible offensive line on a terrible team? It's like, I don't know who's making the decisions over there for the Arizona Cardinals, but they should be fired for that pick. That is terrible roster management. Jeremiah Love is a fantastic prospect, but he's making the most guaranteed money out of every running back in the NFL by a wide margin. It's pretty bad. That's my soapbox. I'm off of it now. StreamYard, clip that. That's going on TikTok. I think they're very close talent wise. Like, I don't think it's a wide margin whatsoever. I think Genty is the better natural rusher. And I think Love gives you more receiving. So it's just kind of a flavor. Which one do you want? Me personally, I would probably have Love a tad bit higher than Genty. Just because I think probably a superior athlete by a small margin. And then he gives you better receiving usage, in my opinion. But I think it's very close. I'm not gonna get mad at anybody for having a different opinion on that. For real. All right, hoping to get one of the staples of this channel here. Let's see if he makes it. Lovely. Beautiful. Tank Bigsby. I think he's the clear backup in Philly. And it's not necessarily that I even hate Saquon. It's just he's a clear backup and he's the last clear backup in my opinion. I don't know like why he goes as late as he does, but like if we just think about it in a vacuum, what is the difference between Tank Bigsby and Woody Marks? Besides the fact that Tank Bigsby is probably a better NFL running back than Woody. You know, like what's the difference between him and Pacheco? Besides the fact that he's probably a little bit better. Or him and Mike Washington. I know for a fact he's better. So I don't know. I don't get the Tank Bigsby price, but I'll scoop it every single time it's here. Liking this team so far for sure. Get a little divisional correlation here. Cowboys. Making sure I'm not missing any receiver. I think this is really good upside. I like it a lot. All right, we can take one more receiver and one more running back. I think, let me pull up this comment. Oh, hold on. That's not what I meant to do. Go back. Show you the board a little bit right here. Mike Robb says, Justice Hill goes later than Tank. And I agree with this. Like, I think Justice Hill is an absolute steal where he goes. I only take him on teams that I feel I need. Like, it's weird because he's a backup to Henry. But I don't feel as if Henry went down, Hill would get all of the work. So I take Hill on teams where it's like I feel like I need just a consistent 7 points a game just to help me get some younger guys through or some injury type guys through. Because I feel like if Henry got hurt, we're probably seeing a split 60% Hill, 40% Randall. But when Henry's healthy and playing, Hill still plays about 40% of the snaps because he's the pass down guy. So yeah, I love Justice Hill. I take him on teams where I just need that that veteran presence, if that makes sense. But yeah, great shout. Love the shout for Justice Hill. All right, 2 picks. We have 2 running backs who we expect to just contribute all year. Jonah Coleman's a late season guy. Algiers probably an early season guy unless Love gets hurt. Tank Bigsby is a late season guy. So we'll see what we want to get here. As of right now, we have CD, Emeka, Rome, Jordan Tyson, Jalen Coker, Antonio Williams. Good mix of veteran presence and youth. Don't really know exactly who I want. We might go Darnell Mooney. I think Giants trade up for Malachi Fields. Don't know if that might hurt Mooney in the late season. But Neighbors is going to miss the first couple games. Mooney's going to be probably the wide receiver 1 for the first 3 or 4 weeks. That'll help these young guys like Antonio Williams get a role where we don't need to push him. And then, who knows? Malachi Fields ran a 4.6. So, and plus, Mooney will still be out there in 3 wide receiver sets. I think he's a pretty good pick right now. And you know what? Just for my boy, Mike Robb, we'll go Justice Hill. And if he's not there, we'll go with my boy Jaden Blue for the Cowboys stack. I think Jaden Blue, there's a 50% chance, probably more than that. There's a 70% chance he's just a complete knucklehead. and doesn't play a lot again because he's a knucklehead. But there's a 30% chance where I think he actually has 30% of the workload from Javante. And we see Malik Davis go ahead of him, which is, I think Malik Davis is an interesting pick as well. But he looked good when he played. He just didn't play a lot because he's an absolute knucklehead, apparently. But we will recap this team. I mean, before I recap, Jaden Blue is going to work 100% of the time, 30% of the time, in my opinion. So we'll see how that works. We got CD Lamb, Chase Brown, Brees Hall, just an electric start for the boys. We go with a little bit of youth and Emeka Egbuka and Romadunze and Jordan Tyson. Then we go with Daddy Dak in the 7th round to hold down our QB1. We go with the Craft Man, who I think is very underrated. We go with Tyler Shuck Baker. The Q room is insane. Like, this is a really good Q room. Jalen Coker, Cokeheads Unite. Cokeheads stand up. We go with a blocking tight end in Jake Ferguson for the Lord knows what reason. I don't like him whatsoever for fantasy. We go Jonah Coleman, Tyler Algier, and Tank Bigsby. We go with the Rook, Antonio Williams, with the vet, Darnell Mooney, and we ended off with Mike Robb's boy, Justice Hill. I think that's a pretty solid puppy team. Let's go ahead and get one more going here. I'm feeling the juices are flowing tonight. Feeling good. We're gonna draft. Why to do that? 20 seconds per pick. If you want to hop in, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it filled instantly. My bad. Insta filled. Didn't I just have the 8th overall pick? All right, let's try not to go with CD Lamb. We'll try not to go with CD here. Get a little different squad going. All right, people are making their picks in the Dynasty League. Ted Hurst goes at the 2-5. Solid pickup for the boy. Yeah, like I said, Dynasty League had our draft today, 8-hour clocks. Had a haul, absolute haul. Got Jeremiah Love, Omar Cooper Jr., and Chris Bell in the Dynasty League. Loving the Dynasty League. Reigning champ getting Jeremiah Love, by the way. Just, you love to see it. You love to see it. The boys are rolling. It's that Dynasty League just feeds my bankroll for best ball, so it's all good. Bijan at 101. I've talked about this. I think Gibbs is the clear 101, but what do I know? All right, let's see if the boys can get a different start here. Oh, sorry. Again. Terrible streamer. McCaffrey. We'll go with a different guy than CD here, even though I have he goes Taylor. We'll go Jefferson this time. Even those guys out a little bit. Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson is going to probably by August just be a top. He's going to be pick 6 every draft, in my opinion, at least. I don't know. I don't get the McCaffrey. I don't get it. Dude's 30. Like, if you want to take him, be my guest. Dude's 30, just came off a season with like 350 touches. Hampton at 12 is insane. I'm all for getting unique. That's insane. But yeah, McCaffrey, like I don't know. I don't love it. Like, just take Genty. I'd just have Genty on the clock. ADP would have. Let's get unique again. Let's pull Rashee Rice up. Chiefs don't draft a receiver. Rashee Rice isn't getting suspended. It's probably just wheels up for Rashee Rice. I'll be honest with you. He probably should go around this range right here, like 13, 14. Dude just scores fantasy points. Like, a lot of them. Pretty easily and consistently. Like, I don't know. I don't see an argument for Rice not being here. Like, I would take him over Hampton. I would take him over Cook. I'd take him over London and Achane. Now, Barkley, I'm probably still taking. I went and bought a new putter today, and the old lady's wondering how much the putter was. So you always gotta take off a little bit. It was like 150. Tell her it was 130. She'll never know. Little bully tight end over here. Love to see that. That's pretty sick. And you know what that means? That means we're going to take Colston Loveland at 41, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. All right. Let me get my boy here, please. Come on. Let me get my boy. Electric. I'm going to have so much Breece Hall, and by week 5, I'm going to remember why I don't draft Jets, but for right now, Rashee still has 4 months before the season. Can't be fully confident he won't commit a crime or a felony. That is fair. That is completely fair. I don't have an argument for that. He 1000% could commit a felony in the next 4 months. I'm just praying that he goes to church, finds the Lord, and becomes a decent human being. That's all I'm asking for. I see somebody go bully tight end. I immediately pull up Colston Loveland, because when someone takes 2 tight ends ahead of you, why wouldn't you take the tight end 1 of the season? I absolutely love Colston Loveland. Absolute dog. I don't get his price whatsoever, but you know what? It's all good. Let Colston, like, I don't know. Let me get on another rant. Colston Loveland. He's 23 years old. After the Bears finally decided, we picked him 11th overall. He's probably good at football. Let's use him like he's pretty good at football. Yeah, all of his comps after that, if you would just cut the first half of his rookie season, his comp is like prime Rob Gronkowski, prime Antonio Gates. Like statistically, athletically, all of them comp him to just the greatest fantasy tight ends of all time. And you can get him in the 4th round, sometimes the 5th round if you would like. I don't get it. I don't think anybody with a high IQ gets it, but you know what? That's why we love this game. People have different opinions, and some people get rich and some people don't, and that's why we love. That's why we love fantasy football, right? Hey, StreamYard. Hey, clip that going on TikTok. What's your rank for who has the highest ceiling? Loveland, Kraft, and Fannin. Ceiling is 1000% Loveland. Like, he could just be the tight end 1 this year, in my opinion. Floor, it's not Fannin. It's probably a cop out answer to just say Loveland. Like I think Loveland by far is just the best tight end prospect and fantasy asset out of all of those guys. But I think Kraft has a pretty good floor. I like Kraft a lot as well. So I'll say Kraft gives you the floor, Loveland gives you the ceiling. But I like them both. I think Loveland is I think Brock and Loveland are like remember the years when we were drafting like Kelsey and Kittle like in the first to third rounds every year? Like this is the new Kelsey Kittle, in my opinion. Like Brock, like Bowers and Loveland. Yeah, get ready to take both of them in like the second round next year, maybe even the late first. I mean, they're attached to good quarterbacks, assuming Mendoza pans out. A good offenses, or at least good offensive minds. Um, yeah, I like both those guys a lot, and that's why I'm not taking a lot of McBride because it's like the Cardinals just suck, dude. They're so bad. They have nothing going for them, and it's hard. Like when Carson Beck is out there in Week 17, do you really want to have Trey McBride on your roster? I don't. I don't. I don't want to have any of that. Thank goodness he left us Tootin. We'll take Tootin here. Get a little ADP dip. I wasn't taking Price, and Lord knows I wasn't taking Marvin Harrison. Oh, that would have been rough right here if I guess I would have just taken Caleb. But I mean, I can stack Kyler and Mahomes, so I didn't need to take Caleb there. We can take Caleb, then Mahomes, then Kyler. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Fannin could easily finish behind dudes drafted. Yeah, totally agree. I don't have a lot of Fannin. Like I think I had in the pre-draft stuff, I had like 4% Fannin. I get it. Like any given week, he has a ceiling just because that's how talented he is. So I'm not gonna full fade him. But yeah, I'm totally with you. Don't love Fannin either. Like that. I mean, it's Shadur or Deshaun Watson. Like I don't really want to have any parts of the Browns offense either. Now, I think it's better than Arizona. Oh, hold on. Hold on, boys. We just got Caleb to fall like a round after ADP with Loveland and Swift. That's pretty sick. Yeah, hey, go ahead. Hey, stop drafting the puppy. We won it. It's over. It's Jehovah. We won the puppy. JK, of course. If we could get Addison to fall, that would be pretty cool. If not, at what pick is it? Pick 89. More than comfortable taking Jaden Reed. Yep, figured that. More than comfortable taking Jacoby Myers and Chris Godwin. I like all three of those guys. Probably in that order as well. So let's see. Let's see what we end up with here. Now, probably Mahomes isn't falling all the way to the 104. Hopefully, we can get Kyler. That would be pretty sick. Not loving this range of running backs. Like Monungai and Dowdle just seem overpriced to me. Of course, people can get hurt and that can work out. Um, It can work out, obviously. It's just I don't want to bet on it. Um, I thought about Jacoby Myers just for the Jacksonville stack, but I have Minnesota, I have Chicago. We can take a divisional thing with Green Bay. No problem. All right. And I mean, obviously, this is all a guessing game, kind of, sort of, right? But I mean, Jefferson could be the wide receiver one, and Rice could be a first round worthy wide receiver. So I don't mind having I'm three receivers through eight, not ideal usually, but when you have the upside of the first two receivers that we have, I think you can get away with stuff like this. Yeah, he goes Mahomes, so we're kind of waiting on Kyler at 104, and then 113 will be a receiver. Matthew Golden rising as much as he has is wild to me. Dude sucked. Like, he was bad at football. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me turn the background music back on. I just noticed that. So if my mic sounds weird, or like, it'll go away. It'll go away in like a minute. He goes Kyler. Heck yeah, dude. Where's Jordan Love? We'll go Love. Heck yeah. You got to take an unstacked Kyler when you can. Why wouldn't you? I like Ricky, Josh. Do I want to double stack Kansas City and have that be half of my receiving core, the first four? Prefer to get Ricky or Josh here for sure. Pittman, don't love that they drafted a second round receiver. They traded a seventh for him, so it's not like they think highly of him. And Dobbs is going to move down 50 spots when they trade for AJ Brown. So, not loving either of those. Don't know if I should like Worthy as well as Rice. We get Josh Downs. Lovely. Love that for us. The squad is coming together. Like, now I'll take any of these guys on my next pick if they want to. I'd even take Higgins with my next pick. Love all those guys. Running back wise, Mason. Yeah, give me any of those guys. Lovely. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think it's a pretty solid squad. Trying to think. I don't need a third Q, and I don't need a third tight end. This is probably just the old school 2-6-8-2, if I had to guess. No, it's not that popular anymore. You know, for the first 5 years of best ball, everyone was drafting a 2-6-8-2. Now it's not that cool, but you know what? It's pretty cool to me. He doubles up. He doubles up on Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones. That's interesting for sure. Of course. Why wouldn't he go Jaden Higgins? Um, I don't love anybody here, honestly. I guess we'll just go Cokehead again. You know, you get in these spots in the draft where it's like, all these guys just kind of suck. Um, yeah, we can go either of these two. Like, and I don't mind Cokehead. It's just, I don't know. He has talent. I take him when it makes sense. Like, I have a Carolina thing going, or I have a NFC South thing going. None of that here, so it's just a whatever type of pick. I do have Brees, so we could take Sadiq and just be done. Actually, I might do that. Yeah, that's the play. And if I wanted to go 5 RBs, we could take where Gino. Although I don't think he's like the greatest pick in the world. We could go Gino for sure and go 5 RBs. We got 2 Jets. We're saying this offense works this year. That's probably, so Gino's going to be playing because if it's a dumpster fire, they're probably bad picks anyway. So, yeah. We might go 3-5-8-2. 3-5-8-2 could definitely work for the squad. And see, like, with this squad, it's like when I'm taking 5 running backs, I struggle with like, do I want upside or do I want kind of a projectable volume type of dude with like these last 2? Like, obviously I spent a 3rd, 5th, and 6th round picks on running backs, so it's like I'm betting on them to produce. But it's like, it's also at the end of the day, it's like the odds that some of these like handcuff running backs actually handcuff for you, it's low. So sometimes you're better off just taking a guy who's going to get you 7 points a game, so I struggle with that. We'll see what the board gives us. Gino goes at 173 at ADP. So does he fall to 176? I don't think Gino's a quarterback I want to chase up the board, so we'll take him at 176. Hopefully he's there. Now, I have the perfect receiver for this type of build. It's like, oh, we're going 2 elites, and then it's like, I don't know where. All right, that's fine. Hey, we're betting on 1, Jacksonville to just have an elite offense, and 2, it's like, how can you get away with not spending elite capital on receiver? Travis Hunter's just mispriced because he's going to play more receiver than people think. Boom. Beautiful pick for the squad. Absolutely love that pick for the squad. All right. We can go either of those guys. Preferably Pacheco first. Just a little NFC North divisional situation going on there. But either one, phenomenal pick in my opinion. Because, like, again, Lord forbid something happens to either of those starting running backs, it'd be terrible for the season and just football in general. But they could be absolute smashes, Could be absolute smashes. So I get 2 more receivers. He goes Pacheco right in front of me. It's perfectly fine. We'll go Brian Robinson. Lovely. Great job. All right. Now we're just hoping that a certain cue falls to us. But where did old boys behind us? So we should. Where's the Omar Cooper guy? All the way down here. He could definitely take. He's already got 2. He might take him, might not. We'll see. Let's see. What's our last running back gonna look like? It could just be Tank Bigsby again. I'm gonna have so much Tank. I couldn't in good faith do what I'm about to say in a 5 running back build, but I've started telling myself if I'm doing 6 running backs or 7 running backs and I have a Green Bay stack, just start taking some Marshawn Lloyd. Now, I couldn't in good faith do that with 5 running backs. Like, that would just be setting myself up for failure. But if someone takes Geno, we could go 6 RBs, and then he could be the last round pick. Just because, like, they have literally nobody. It's like, I understand that Marshawn Lloyd has played, like, 5 snaps in the NFL, but, like, if he's healthy, he's just a better player than Chris Brooks. Like, Chris Brooks sucks. I think that'd be pretty cool if Marshawn Lloyd finally pans out. But, you know, the odds of that happening. Marshawn Lloyd, it's going to work out 100 times or 100% of the time, like 1% of the time. So, all right, let's get the boy here. Oh, he doesn't even have a jet. What is going? I'm just getting absolutely cooked with snipes today. All right, we're gonna go with 6 RBs. We're gonna go 2-6-8-2. Absolutely getting fried. All right, Green Bay. We'll take Marshawn Lloyd with our last pick here. All right, what receiver are we liking here? Kind of want like a stable guy, like a guy we know is going to get routes. How much do you think Dontavian Wicks is going to play on the Eagles? I don't know, but I think he's going to get more routes than all of these guys. So, Dontavian Wicks, welcome to the squad. One more receiver, which, who is that going to be? Who's the receiver going to be? Is this more of a we're looking for just like routes? I think it is. I don't think it's an upside play. It might be Darnell Mooney again, honestly. He's the only guy down here that's like just gonna give you routes, like that you don't even have to worry about. I personally think Jack Besh is gonna give you routes as well. I think he's decent, and they didn't bring in like anybody. They brought in Jalen Naylor. Cool. So if we'll take these guys as our last couple of guys to finish out the stream. I think it's a decent squad though, for sure. Decent squad. And I have division correlation with both of these guys. Like Mooney, I have 2 Philly guys, possibly getting a week 17 thing there. Besh, I have Rice, maybe a week 17 thing there. I don't know, dude. Who do I want to take here? I don't know. Like, I think Las Vegas, their offense is going to be so much better. Like, I think the Giants and Matt Nagy, like, actually sucks. Let's even the exposure. I took Mooney last time. I'll take Besh this time. Love it. Absolutely love it. And we'll take Marshawn Lloyd to finish out the draft. We'll go ahead and recap the team here as we're making our last pick, and then I'm gonna head out of here. Hope y'all had a good time watching. If you did, please drop a sub, a like, whatever you want to drop. It'll help me out. I appreciate it. All right, we got Jettas and Rice here. Absolutely electric receiver room to start. Go with our boy Breece Hall and the tight end 1 and Colson Loveland. We keep that rolling with the Chicago and teammate and DeAndre Swift. Go ahead and make sure Lloyd's there. Beautiful. We go with Bashaw Tootin as a falling Bashaw Tootin. We get Caleb Williams to come all the way back around, which is absolutely beautiful. We get Jaden Reed, Jordan Love stack right there. Josh Downs, Jalen Coker, just absolute jags, but decent receivers. Kenyon Sadiq, Travis Hunter, Brian Robinson, Tank Bigsby, Dontavian Wicks, Jack Besh, and Marshawn Lloyd. I think it's a solid squad. I like the first team a little bit better, I think. But we might have won the puppy with one of these teams, and that would be pretty sick. I'll tell you what. If either of these two teams win the puppy, I will do a giveaway. I will give away $1,000 to a random subscriber if either of these teams win the puppy. So if you're watching this after the fact, please subscribe. Hey, I appreciate you, Mike Robb. You're an OG. You're a real one. I hope you have just a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and a wonderful day tomorrow. All right, buddy. All right, boys. I'm out of here. See ya.